It was about 10, 12 years ago when I was playing over at Aaron Snug on the east side of Madison, and somebody came up to request this song, and I played occasionally, only played on request. But after I got done with the song, I felt like I needed to play it a little more heartfelt that night, and I kind of put my all into it. And when I got done, he came up, and the guy was in tears, you know. And he says, "Well, today is November 10th. It's the anniversary of the sinking of the ship, Edmund Fitzgerald, and my uncle was one of the sailors on that ship. And thank you for playing that song." And it was the only time I felt that playing that song was worth it. But what were the odds, huh?
Legend lives down from the Chippewa on down to the big lake they call it Chicopee. The legend is said never gives up her dead when the skies in November turn gloomy. With a load of iron ore, 26,000 tons more than the Edmund Fitzgerald weighed empty. The good ship and true was a bone to be chewed when the gales of November come early. The ship was the pride of the American side, coming back from some mill in Wisconsin. As big freighters go, she was bigger than most, with her crew and her captain well seasoned. Concluding some terms with a couple of steel firms when they left fully loaded for Cleveland. Later that night when the ship's bell rang, could it be the north wind they've been feeling? Telltale sound, and the waves broke over the railing. And every man knew, as the captain did too, 'twas a witch of November come stealing. The dawn came late and the breakfast had to wait when the gales of November came slashing. When afternoon came, it was freezing rain in the face of a hurricane west wind. Supper time came, the old cook came on deck, saying, "Fellas, it's too rough to feed you." At 7 p.m. the main hatchway caved in. He said, "Fellas, it's been good to know you." The captain wired in, he had water coming in, and the good ship and crew were in peril. 'Cause later that night, when the ships went out of sight, came the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours? The searchers all say that it made Whitefish Bay if they'd put 15 more miles behind her. Well, they might have split up and they might have capsized. They might have drove deep and took water. but all that remains are the faces and the names of the wives and the sons and the daughters. Lake Huron rolls and Superior sings in the rooms of her ice water mansions. Old Michigan seems like a young man's dreams. The islands and bays are for sportsmen. Farther below, Lake Ontario takes in what Lake Erie can send her. And iron boats go as the mariners all know. In the gales of November, remember. In a musty old hull in Detroit they prayed at the Maritime Sailors Cathedral. The church bell chimed, it rang 29 times for each man on the Edmund Fitzgerald. Now the legend lives on from the Chippewa down to the big lake they call Gitchigumi. Superior is said never gives up her dead when the gales of November come early.